The Chobe River is in flood, and quite a number of tracks leading along the bank of the river are underwater. But there is a fair amount of water birds, small groups of elephant and buffalo, and hundreds of impalas. But overall, very interesting game viewing. The area covered by the floodwater is huge. It is impossible to establish where the main body of the river is located. If there is no fish on the menu, a large insect like a grasshopper will do. It is amazing for how long a time herons can remain totally motionless in one position. One can only look at such a huge impala herd in awe. These can be easy up to 100 animals. I only detected one mature ram amongst them. The rest were ewes and immature rams. One can see sacred ibis often feeding on elephant dung. Elephants discard approximately 40% of their food intake undigested. This allows birds and baboons to sift through it for morsels of food. There appears no obvious reason why the blacksmith lapwing is attacking the great egret. Maybe the egret is also feeding on the eggs of the lapwing. Nature can be amazing. How did this black heron figure out that by forming a kind of dome with its wings and feathers, it can blank out the reflection of the light on the surface of the water and thereby seeing clearly down into the water to a great depth. On the other hand, this performance looks funny. It walks and suddenly forms the dome, and its head and neck disappearing into it. While some birds use special hunting techniques, others are equipped with a specially formed beak to give them the advantage. The African spoonbill is one of those birds. Being a fish as small as this one doesn't matter. It all goes down the hatches as good food. And the little egret is off to another fishing spot. This black-backed jackal is not catching fish, but it is here to drink water. A typical family group of elephants are drinking their fill. One can find in these groups elephants of different ages, but predominantly elephant cows. Even adolescent elephant bulls stay for more than 10 years with these family groups until they reach sexual maturity and are kicked out. Soil and sand is kicked loose and then thrown with the trunk onto the back as protection against parasites. The call of the African fish eagle is for me the call of Africa. Egyptian geese have been depicted in artwork in ancient Egypt and were even regarded as sacred by the ancient Egyptians. In the whole of southern Africa, they are common in most inland waters. Like all geese or ducks, they find their vegetarian food in the water. Contrary to the Egyptian goose, the reed cormorant also finds its food in the water, but needs to dive for catching fish. One can spot them outside of the water when drying their feathers after a series of dives. Water birds are not scared of antelope grazing nearby. There's trust and harmony amongst creatures, except of course not in relation to predators. Experience shows which can be trusted. Definitely not to be trusted is the water monitor lizard. It eats everything it can overcome. It definitely likes the eggs of birds and crocodiles as well as their hatchlings. This ibis is rewarded for all the work and intense search for food. The Jackal also found a small frog which seems to be bite-sized and goes whole down the hedges. There is no animal where the skin grows over the horns. In the case of the giraffe, one can clearly see that it doesn't have horns. Instead, it has bone outcrops, also called ossicones, which are covered with skin topped with a black tuft of hair. Like all antelopes, kudu cows don't carry horns. This is different with gazelles such as springbok or oryx. There is presently water everywhere, but this kudu cow is after some essential salts and minerals which it licks off the ground. There exists harmony between the various antelope species. This kudu bull is testing whether this young female is ready for mating. Licking salts and essential minerals off the ground is common to almost all animals. Tolerated is the treatment by the yellow-billed oxpecker. The treatment consists of removing ticks and other parasites from the skin of the animal. It is not uncommon for them to put their head deep into the ear of an animal. This large family group of elephant is busy going about their daily business of drinking water, bathing, covering the skin with dust, and taking salts and minerals off the ground. The snout of the warthog is hard and, supported by the tusks, allows it to dig up ground in search for roots, bulbs, and tubers. foraging on their knees is quite common amongst warthog.